Let's make powering your stuff in the backcountry super easy. I actually filmed this video just a second ago, but I didn't really like how it went, so we're gonna do it again. Basically, here's where I'm coming from. When I first started backpacking, I thought that I needed like those solar panels for charging my things, and I was like super wrapped around the horn about powering my stuff in the backcountry. In fact, I thought that I needed more power than what I actually did, and I basically just complicated it to the point where I just didn't bring anything to power my stuff, and I just brought a ton of extra batteries and things I didn't need. So, fast forward to my thru hike in 2017, and I used a power bank. And I know this is not like groundbreaking material here, but it is confusing because there's a lot of products on the market right now between solar panels and charging banks and these guys that look super small, but really they're useless. It can be really confusing, and none of these options are super cheap. So I just want to tell you what I've found to work really well and how I manage my power in the backcountry. I used a Core Third power bank on the PCT, and it was able to get me up to 6 and even 7 days of power without having any other device to power my stuff. So all I was doing was charging an iPhone 7 Plus. I was using it for navigation, photo, video, calls, text, that kind of thing. What I did to manage my power was I put my phone in airplane mode all the time. The GPS works just fine. I would close out all the windows, make sure that it was running on the minimums, and that would get me about 2 days worth of power just off of my phone, sometimes even 3 days. So now we're up to 3 full days just in airplane mode on an iPhone 7 Plus. And then when I would start getting down to, I don't know, say 20% or so, I would go to sleep and I would charge it with this. It would get me 2 full charges. That would extend my charges out to, let's call it 2 days of power in airplane mode on an iPhone 7 Plus. This would get me 2 more days on one charge, and then another charge would get me 2 more days. So now we're up to like 6, possibly 7 days of power simply off of a power bank. I saw a lot of hikers with the fold-out solar panels, and they were just big. Unless you're really draining through your batteries on your phone, I just don't see a reason to have it. Long story short, by the time I reached Washington, Oregon area, no one had those things. Everyone was running off of these. So if you're not through hiking and you're only going out for 1 or 2 days, maybe 3 days, or like a 5-day backpacking trip, a power bank with sufficient power to charge your phone a couple times is plenty. So how I manage my power is I minimize all the things that would require power. A camera, a headlamp to see things, and my phone. That's pretty much it. Oh, and maybe if you have like a GPS beacon, like a spot tracker or a Garmin InReach, that might require power as well. But that's pretty much it. So my headlamp now is USB powered. So no longer do I need to worry about AA or AAA batteries, bringing those extra and seeing them get corroded and junk. I just plug it into this. That's it. I just plug it into this guy and I charge it when I need to. When I'm not using it, even if I'm not even gonna plan on powering my stuff, maybe I'm just going overnight, I still bring this with me because it's a nice backup, and I put it in a Sea to Summit or any sort of waterproof dry bag, and I stick it in here, stick it in sideways, it goes in there. In it, I toss a cable for charging it for if I am through hiking and I need to charge the power bank. This is a cable for charging my headlamp and my iPhone charging cable. Wrap that thing up. And now, as anyone knows, and that's my power source. So I might bring like an outlet plug, toss it in there. That's everything I need in this little bag, and it's always in my backpack. It's always in my day bag, and I never leave home without it. It's always charged because I know I can get a lot of power out of it. Now, you might be asking, Emory, what kind of power bank should I use? Well, I suppose that's up to you, but I recently was gifted this guy. This is a small Anchor, and I'm sure a lot of people have seen these. There's a lot of different options out there. Very, very small. I drained my iPhone, and currently I have an iPhone XS. So I drained it down to like 15%, and I charged it on this. Full charge. it got me 1 charge out of it. Personal opinion, yes, it could get me what? Okay, so let's say Emory, I can get my phone out to like 2 days without a charge. I charge it 1 time and I get 2 more days. That's 4 days of charge. Yep, that's 4 days. But to be honest with you, I know I talk a lot about like lightweight stuff, but there's like 2 of these in here, and there's 2 USB ports. There's 1 USB port on this, 2 on this. I can charge this while I'm charging something. This is simply just 1 port. You turn it on and you charge your stuff. To me, I wouldn't really mess with that. I know they're cheaper. I would never, I just would never bring this. Maybe I'd toss it in my wife's purse or like my pocket or something like that. Maybe a day bag in case I do run on and I'm traveling. But as far as the backcountry goes, a larger power bank, I think this is like 10,000 milliamps or however that goes. It's gonna charge more devices faster and have a lot more power packed into a little device. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, this is really not that complicated of a topic, but it can be daunting. So I wanted to cover it. I wanted to share with you how I manage my stuff. Before I forget, what about managing the power in the backcountry? 1, I leave my truck with a full phone charge. This is fully charged, my headlamp's fully charged, and every device that I have is fully charged. If I have a camera that does not power USB, which I have, I shoot an Olympus, I bring fully charged batteries, and I've been able to get away with 2 batteries, and usually I just use 1. I basically bring a backup battery, but for 1 to 3 day trips, 1 battery seems to work. I bring an extra backup, and I just charge everything before I leave the trailhead. So I don't leave anything on. I'm not the type of guy that's like living on my phone. I use it, I put it away. I use it, I put it away, keep it in airplane mode. I don't overuse my headlamp. I only use my headlamp if I need to. And it just so happens there's a light on your phone as well. So you don't need a backup headlamp. You can use your phone, and you just keep it really simple. So don't overuse your electronics. Manage the power as you see fit. Don't live on your phone. And if you do, bring a nice power bank. You don't need the solar powers because they're just heavy. And unless you have a really specific reason for those, I just think that they're pretty much overkill. Hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully that's beneficial. If you have any tips for me, or one of the things I'm always trying to look for is a really quality brand. So Core Third makes a good power bank. Anchor's another one that I found to be really quality. But I know there's a lot of others out there, so please share with me what you use, how you manage your power, and let's see where the conversation goes. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. I would love for you to stick around. I have a podcast and I have a website, so links in the description, and we'll see you next time. Enjoy.